Daniel Kerr, 2019 voice acting reel.
Oi!
Craig!
Got you! Gail! Gail, you home?
Get off me! Ow!
What the hell's going on? No electric? Has your mum not paid her bill? Right, where is she?
Craig!
Because no one has seen or spoken to her for 2 weeks now.
Craig!
What's going on?
Craig! Don't go in there!
What's in this room? Why is it locked? Is she selling my fairies on the sly? Where is she, Dean?
She's out.
Right, I'm taking the CD boxes.
They're downstairs. Craig! Craig, stop! She hasn't finished the covers!
You're kidding me. It's 3 weeks till Christmas. What planet is she on? It's a state in here, Deanie. But I don't get why no one's seen her. No one at all. Something doesn't add up.
We'll get the fairies to you next week, I promise.
Nah, Peg hasn't seen her. I haven't seen her.
She's out.
Yeah, but that's the trouble, Deanie. She's always out. And you're always home alone. And you're 12 years old.
Mrs. Kidd? Hi, Shauna. Do you want to sit here? Thank you. Hello, Dean.
Hello, Mum.
Nice trainers. They're the ones you wanted me to buy.
You remember?
Your hair's grown. Curls a bit.
Does it?
What's the house like where you're staying?
Walls, roof, carpets, flat screen, wee.
Wow. That sounds brilliant. I've missed you. I know I broke my promise. I'm sorry.
Sorry doesn't cut it.
Maybe I shouldn't have come.
Maybe not.
I always had today in my head. I wanted to see you and hear you sing.
Looks like you've wasted your bus fare.
What do you mean?
I'm not singing. Tommy is.
Tommy?
He won it fair and square. He's better than me.
No, he's not. You sing like a lark, my birdie.
Don't touch me.
We must have it. We must have the precious. Sneaky little hobbitses, they stole it from us. Wicked, tricksy, false. No, not master. Yes, precious. They will hurt you, cheat you, lie. Master's my friend. You don't have any friends. Nobody likes you. Not listening. Not listening. You're a liar and a thief. Go away. Go away. I hate you. I hate you. Where would you be without me? I saved us. It was me. We survived because of me. Call him. Call him. Not anymore. What did you say? Master looks after us now. We don't need you. What? Leave now and never come back. No! Leave now and never come back. Leave now and never come back. We told him to go away. And away he goes, precious. Gone, gone, gone. Smeagol is free.
Thought about what you said to me the other day. About my painting. Spent half the night thinking about it. And then something occurred to me. And I fell into a deep, peaceful sleep and haven't thought about you since. You know what occurred to me? You're just a kid. You don't have the faintest idea of what you're talking about. You've never been out of Boston. So if I asked you about art, you'd probably give me the skinny on every art book ever written. Michelangelo. You know a lot about him. Life's work, political aspirations, him and the Pope, sexual orientation, the whole works, right? But I bet you can't tell me what it smells like in the Sistine Chapel. You've never actually stood there and looked up at that beautiful ceiling. Seen that. If I asked you about women, you'd probably give me a syllabus of your personal favorites. You may have even been laid a few times. But you can't tell me what it feels like to wake up next to a woman and feel truly happy. You're a tough kid. I asked you about war, and you'd probably throw Shakespeare at me, right? Once more into the breach, dear friends. But you've never been near one. You've never held your best friend's head in your lap and watched him gasp his last breath looking to you for help. And if I asked you about love, you'd probably quote me a sonnet. But you've never looked at a woman and been totally vulnerable. Known someone who could level you with her eyes. Feeling like God put an angel on earth just for you. Who could rescue you from the depths of hell. And you wouldn't know what it's like to be her angel. And to have that love for her, to be there forever. Through anything. Through cancer. You wouldn't know about sitting up in a hospital for 2 months holding her hand because the doctors could see in your eyes that the term visiting hours don't apply to you. You don't know about real loss because that only occurs when you love something more than you love yourself. I doubt you've ever dared to love anybody that much. I look at you. I don't see an intelligent, confident man. I see a cocky, scared, shitless kid. But you're a genius, Will. No one denies that. No one could possibly understand the depths of you. But you presume to know everything about me because you saw a painting of mine and you ripped my fucking life apart. You're an orphan, right? Do you think I'd know the first thing about how hard your life has been? How you feel? Who you are? Because I read Oliver Twist? Does that encapsulate you? Personally, I don't give a shit about all that because you know what? I can't learn anything from you. I can't read in some fucking book. Unless you want to talk about you. Who you are. And I'm fascinated. I'm in. But you don't want to do that, do you, sport? You're terrified of what you might say. Your move, Chief.
Ladies and gentlemen, and friends of my daughter, there comes a time in every wedding reception when the man who paid for the damn thing gets to say a word or two of his own. And there I would like to take this opportunity, sloshed as I may be, to say a few words about Martin. As far as I'm concerned, my daughter could not have chosen a more delightful, respectable, witty, wealthy, let's not deny it, good-looking and fertile young man. I would therefore like to ask the question, why the hell did she marry Gerald instead? dead. Because Gerald is the sort of man we used to describe at school as a complete prick. If I may use a gardening simile here, if his entire family could be likened to a compost heap, and I think they can, then Gerald is the biggest weed growing out of it. I think he's the sort of man people emigrate to avoid. I said to my wife on the day that I met Gerald, either this man is suffering from severe brain damage, or the new vacuum cleaners arrived. I would therefore like to propose a toast to the caterers, and to the pigeon that crapped on the groom's family limousine at the church. And as for the rest of you, who are not directly related to me, you can sod off.
Dear Mrs. Doubtfire, a few months ago my parents decided to separate. Now they live in different houses. My brother Andrew says that we aren't to be a family anymore. Is this true? Did I lose my family? Is there anything I can do to get my parents back together? Sincerely, Katie McCormick. Oh, my dear Katie. You know, some parents, when they're angry, they get along much better when they don't live together. They don't fight all the time and become much better people and much better mummies and daddies for you. And sometimes they get back together. And sometimes they don't, dear. And if they don't blame yourself. Just because they don't love each other anymore doesn't mean that they don't love you. Now there are all sorts of different families, Katie. Some children live with one mummy, some live with one daddy, or two mummies, or two daddies, or two families. Some children live with an uncle or aunt. Some live with grandparents, and some children live with foster parents. Some live in separate homes or separate neighbourhoods in different areas of the country and may not see each other for days, weeks, months, or even years at a time. But if there's love, dear, those are the ties that bind, and you'll have a family in your heart forever. All my love to you, Poppet. You're going to be all right. Bye-bye.
Have they been fighting all night?
Just since he got in late and found out his tea was cold.
Did my mammy no put it in the oven?
She left it on the table. Said she'd served it up at the time he said he'd be in. It's not her fault he decided to have one for the ditch. So what about Alex Harvey?
He comes in, right? He's all in black. Black leather trousers, leather jacket.
Oh, like Marlon Brando in that film.
Yeah, jet black hair. The whole place is staring at him as he stands there eyeing everybody up. He's got this guitar, and then he just goes, "Hello, Glasgow."
Tell me the more.
We're going to put one of his songs in our set.
That'll be my mammy walked in at a cupboard door. Night-night, Marie.
Night-night, Billy. How's Mum?
She's been a bit quiet.
Any more collisions with doors?
No more than usual. I saw a picture of you meeting Bobby Darin. That must have been rare.
Aye, it says, "Hi, Lulu. I saw you on Ready, Steady, Go. You were fabulous." I thought I was going to faint.
Hold on, wait a minute.
Oh, you went for Jim!
I need to go.
Right, that's it!
Billy? Billy, what's happening?
Leave it, Daddy, please!
Billy?
Dad,